evening and welcome. This is Primetime News on TV1. I'm Jayamal Ratnayaka for the Newsfirst team.
And I'm Dasniya Thada. Let's start off with a look at tonight's headlines. Government printer has confirmed that he received the Gazette notification dissolving Parliament with effect from midnight today. Sri Lanka Navy and the Police Narcotics Bureau seized more than 330 kilograms of heroin and 50 kilograms of ice. Audit officers engage in strike actions citing various reasons. Sirasa FM celebrates 26th anniversary. Now on to your news in detail. The government printer has confirmed that he received the Gazette notification dissolving Parliament with immediate effect from midnight tonight. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa and a few members of the government expressed these views regarding this.
I think, Venerable Thero, that Parliament will be dissolved tonight. As far as I know, the Parliament will be dissolved and the general election will be held in April so that this government can continue. Because we have a minority government, the opposition commands more power in Parliament. They did not allow us to pass a proposal in Parliament. Now the President has the opportunity to dissolve the Parliament and go for a general election. He got the opportunity last night and I believe that he will make use of that opportunity today.
As of last night, the President has the power to dissolve Parliament. So I think 3 days on which Parliament could be dissolved were proposed. We expect Parliament to be dissolved on the 2nd, 3rd or the 6th of March. I think there is a high probability that Parliament would be dissolved tonight.
I wish that this will happen today. There is no reason to delay this. The power of the executive was given to the President to take this country forward, but the power of the legislature was not given. The people have the need to give us a 2/3 majority in Parliament.
ස්ථිර වචනේ ඉන්න පොඩක් මෙච්චර කාලෙ ඉවසගෙන හිටියානේ තව පැය කීපයක් ඉවසගෙන ඉන්නකෝ මං හිතනවා විසිරුවන කියලා.
There is no reason to panic. The date on which Parliament can be dissolved has come. We will get the opportunity to elect a more intelligent and stronger Parliament than this one. The Prime Minister said that Parliament will be dissolved on the earliest possible date.
Now, nominations for the general elections will be called for on the 12th of March till the 19th noon. Elections will be held on the 25th of April.
In more local news now, the Navy and the Police Narcotics Bureau discovered 330 kilograms of heroin and 50 kilograms of the illicit drug named ice in a joint operation carried out in international waters. The Navy spokesperson noted that 2 stateless vessels were also seized during the operation. Meanwhile, 1 person was arrested in the Vanavasala area in Kalalaya with 10 kilograms of heroin and 7 kilograms of Kerala ganja. The stock was found during the raid that was carried out by the police special task force based on a tip-off received. The street value of the stock found in Kalalaya is around 100 million rupees. The suspect arrested there is a 44-year-old resident of the same area. The seized narcotics have been taken to the Police Narcotics Bureau and further investigations are currently underway.
The Samagi Jana Balawegya was unveiled to the general public today against a backdrop where the crisis within the United National Party was hitting a breaking point. Now, the most recent dispute is the issue over the symbol that they should contest under for the general election. Is it the elephant, the swan or the heart? But everybody who gathered at the Nelum Pokuna today in support of the Samagi Jana Balawegya all agreed on the symbol of the heart.
The inaugural convention of the Samagi Jana Balawegya was held at the Nelum Pokuna Theatre in Colombo under the auspices of its leader, opposition leader Sajith Premadasa. The convention was organized under the theme A New Hope, A New Journey, Let's Come Together for a Common Vision. 58 MPs who are part of the United National Party were also in attendance at the inaugural convention of the Samagi Jana Balawegya. Following multi-religious observances, the event began with the welcome address by its General Secretary Ranjit Maduma Bandara. We were able to make this brave decision to establish this alliance. The establishment of this alliance received the approval of the Working Committee of the United National Party. Appointing Sajith Premadasa as the leader, making him the prime ministerial candidate, making him the chair of the nomination board, and giving the alliance the power to appoint a general secretary, all this was ratified by the Working Committee of the United National Party. We only consider the United National Party as coming second to our motherland and our religion. It is a party that runs through our veins. The United National Party loves the elephant. We are here to come together with other parties as the United National Party and to build a strong country where we can live proudly. This is the beginning of that journey. We would like to state that this journey ends with victory.
අභිමානයෙන් ජීවත් වෙන වාතාවරණයක් හදන්න තමයි අද අපි එක්කහු වෙලා ඉන්නේ. ඒ ගමනේ ආරම්භය අද අපි ඒ ගමන අවසන් කරන්නේ ජයග්‍රහණයෙන් කියලා තමුන්නාසට මං කියනවා.
A number of political parties also joined the Samagi Jana Balavegaya. The Jatika Helaurumeya, the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress, the Tamil Progressive Alliance, the All Ceylon Makkal Congress and the United Leftist Front also signed special agreements at this occasion. In addition, a number of civil organizations, citizen movements, media movements and trade union representatives signed a national convention and then proceeded to make the Samagi Jana Balavegaya pledge. The leader of the Samagi Jana Balavegaya, Sajith Premadasa, then addressed the gathering. It is 240 years to this day since Venerable Varyapola Sri Sumangala Thero brought down the British flag and raised the lion flag at the Magul Madua in Kandy. That was on the 2nd of March 1815. I would like to say that today marks the start of a new, friendly, democratic people's era. With the blessing of the people, we will win this general election as the Samagi Jana Balavegaya. We will win the provincial council election and also the local government elections. It is time today to fulfill our promises as per a new agenda and a vision. The motherland we will create is one that is unitary, one where Buddhism will be given its foremost place. We will put our efforts to ensure that all races and religions living in the country can move forward democratically. We reject racism and religious discrimination. There is no space here for terrorism. We will practice positive nationalism to the letter. May all beings be healthy and wealthy. May they be relieved of their pain and suffering. We will move forward in our plans as per the philosophy of Buddhism.
සියලු සත්වයෝ නිදුක් වෙත්වා, නිරෝගී වෙත්වා, සුවපත් වෙත්වා, වෛර නොවෙත්වා, සියලු සත්වයෝ දුකින් මිදෙත්වා. නිර්මල බුදුදහමේ ඒ උතුම් ප්‍රතිපත්ති අනුගමනය කරමින් අපේ වැඩපිළිවෙල අපි ඉදිරියට ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්නට කටයුතු කරනවා.
Sajith Premadasa also expressed his views on the future political plans of the alliance.
සමගි ජන බලවේගය එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ කෘත්‍යාදී
Samagi Jana Balavegaya is a program that has been approved by the United National Party. I would like to say that we will not take back the step that we have taken forward. I remember my father when he began the Citizens Front. At the time he began the front, he wanted to take away the agenda of this country from the hands of a few selected families and place it in the hands of the common man. The Samagi Jana Balavegaya also has the same objectives. The ownership of this country is vested with the 20 million citizens of this country. The political parties in this country cannot belong to one or two people or a group of best friends. You are all owners of the Samagi Jana Balavegaya. We must uphold our country's national security. This is a route to protecting the country. We must move towards prosperity with an economic leap. The economic progress, we believe, is one which encompasses all areas. It is a shared prosperity. This is necessary in our economic journey. We must build our nation with innovation in a way that it does not damage the fabric of our identity. The youth of this country are fed up with the conventional politics. There is no space for stealing what belongs to the people. I ask the members of the United National Party and all other progressive political parties to join us. I ask that all ministers, MPs, provincial councillors, members of local government belonging to the UNP, place your right foot forward and join us. We will protect you. I ask that you extend your brotherly support to me without thinking about the temporary perks that come your way due to power and position.
දකුණු පාය පෙරට තබලා රට ගොඩනගන අලුත් ගමනට එකතු වන්නේ කියලා මම මේ අවස්ථාවේ ඉල්ලීමක් කරනවා. ඒකතු වෙන සියලුම දෙනා අපි රැකගන්න අපි ආරක්ෂා කරනවා. තනතුරු තාන්න මාන්න ඔය తాවකාලික දීමනාවලට කවුරුත් පහළ වෙන්න යන්න එපා. රටේ ජනතාව ගැන හිතලා අලුත් ගමනක් ආරම්භ කිරීමේ මූලාරම්භයට ඔබතුමියන්ලා සියලුම දෙනා ඒ සහෝදර ශක්තිකතු කරන්නයි කියලා මම ඉල්ලීමක් කරනවා.
The Working Committee of the United National Party convened at the party headquarters in Sirikota last night. Now, attending the meeting, party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe brought up arguments regarding the constitution of the United National Party. Provisions in the constitution were brought up. Supposed provisions, non-existent provisions in the constitution too were brought up. There was an ambiguous situation surrounding the meeting which gave rise to uncertainty. Now, this was the tactic that was continuously used to procrastinate the end of this crisis within the United National Party. After a hectic meeting, the members of the United National Party convened a media briefing, and this is what they had to say.
The Working Committee of the United National Party was convened yesterday at 7:25 p.m. at the Sirikota party headquarters with the participation of leader of the party, Ranil Wickremesinghe. The meeting was held for a period of 3 hours. After the meeting, Ranil Wickremesinghe remained at the party headquarters along with a few other MPs. These are the MPs that remained along with the leader of the party. Akila Viraj Karyavasam has been heavily accused of irregularities in projects including TABS, student insurance during his tenure, and the Volkswagen factory, which was one of his dream projects. MP Vajira Abewardena was heavily accused as an individual who tried to defend the avant-garde deal during the time period it was investigated. Navin Disanayaka, along with seniors of the party, including 17 others, worked to strengthen Mahinda Rajapaksa's rule and now have joined hands back again with the United National Party. Lakshman Kiriyalla, who was once an SLF peer, is accused of inefficiencies during the construction of the third phase of the Central Expressway. Even though much is needless to mention about MP Sagala Ratnayaka, it is important to remind the general public on how he intervened to rescue a Nilame during a public meeting convened by former Inspector General of Police Pujit Jayasundara at a time period where the said Nilame was under FCID investigation. John Amaratunga is nearly 80 years of age. He who has decided to refrain from campaigning has his eyes locked on to the national list. Needless to mention much about MP Ravi Karnanayaka and MP Daya Gamage. Ranil Wickremesinghe, who remained at the party headquarters with the above-mentioned group, later addressed the media.
අපි සන්ධානයේ ව්‍යවස්ථාවට ඇතුල් කර යුතු කාරණා කීපයක් ගැන එකඟ වුණා.
We agreed on several clauses which should be included in the Constitution. There are several legal matters relating to the Constitution which should be rectified. We decided on the symbol, but then MP John's recommendation came in. We met officials of the Election Commission and inquired into the symbols of the elephant, the swan and the heart. They said if another party is to acquire our logo, we must let go of it. They advised us against releasing the symbol of the elephant because if that happens, we might not be able to get it back. Using the elephant as our logo has been instilled in our party constitution. Therefore, without amending the constitution, we cannot remove the elephant. During DSN Anayaka's time, there was a decision to contest from the symbol of the fawn, but only around 8 people had agreed to it. We intend to amend our constitution and enter the amended constitution into the alliance constitution.
ඒක අවසන් වුණාම අපිට පුළුවන් සන්ධානයත් අපිත් සන්ධානීය පක්ෂයකත් එන්න අපිට සන්ධානයටත් එකතු වෙලා ඒ වගේම මේ කියන සමගි ජනතා බලවේගය තිත එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය හැටියට අපිට එන්න පුළුවන්.
සන්ධානය සම්බන්ධයෙන් අවසන් තීරණයක් ආවේ නැත්නම් එක්සත් ජාතික
සන්ධානයට සිදු වෙනවනේ මේක ඇතුල් කරන්න.
එහෙම නැති වුණොත් එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය විදියට ඡන්දය දෙනවා.
කොහොමද අපි යන්නේ සන්ධානයයි එක්සත් ජාතික වයි ඕන පක්ෂයක් ඕන තිතක් දාලා දාන්න පුළුවන්.
The leader of the United National Party, who does he think he is to play with the lives of the general public of Sri Lanka? He's a man who led the United National Party and lost 29 elections here in Sri Lanka. A man who led the United National Party for 26 consecutive years. And what does he have to show? Judging by the issues surrounding the symbol of the party, it is quite evident that there is a clear deal struck with the government. The mighty and proud elephant of Sri Lanka has now been held hostage by the thieves and the conspirators among the political elite in
ඔබතුමා දැනුවත්ව ඊයේ තීන්දුව ගන්න දිනේ සුවිශේෂී භාවය ගැන.
ඒ මොකද සුවිශේෂීත්වය?
දැන් 1815 මහා පාවාදීමට නැත්නම් ලොකුම ඉතිහාසයේ බරපතලම ඩීල් එකට අවුරුදු 205ක් සම්පූර්ණ වෙනවා. ඉතින් මේ ඊයේම තියවගෙන යන්නේ.
What is the deal that happened yesterday? If there is a deal as you claim, the person who is breaking away is responsible for it. He is the one who is betraying. There were discussions for about 3.5 years. We have heard the views of the majority and acted accordingly.
මේ සමන් දීලා වැඩ කරලා තියෙනවා.
මේ ඩීල් දේශපාලනය ගැන කතා කරද්දී මේ ලොකු ඉතිහාසයක් අපි යන්න වෙනවනේ. දැන් අපි ගත්තොත් මහ බැංකුව වංචාව. දැන් මහ බැංකුව අතුම් කර වංචාව ඊට කලින් ආණ්ඩුවක් කරා ඊට පස්සේ ඔබතුමාලාගේ ආණ්ඩුව වෙලත් ඒක කරා. ඊට පස්සේ එයාපස් ගන්න වෙනුවේ ඊට කලින් ආණ්ඩුව ඒක ගන්න ගිහිල්ලා වංචා කරා ඊට පස්සේ ඔබතුමාලාගේ ආණ්ඩුව ඇවිල්ලා ඒක අපෝ කැන්සල් කරන්න කියලා වංචා කරා. ඊට පස්සේ අපිට මතකයි නායකත්වය ගැන හැම ප්‍රශ්නයක් ඕනෙලා ප්‍රශ්නයක් ආපු වෙලාවක විතර සිරිකොත් ඉස්සරහා තාරා දහන වගේ සහයෝගයක් හම්බුණා. මේ දීර්ඝ දේශපාලනය කියන එක අවුරුදු දෙකක් නෙවෙයි. තවදුරටත් මේ දීර්ඝ දේශපාලනයේ ඉස්සරහට යන්න ඔබතුමාලා වගේ මන්ත්‍රීවරු වෙයි මේ සහාය දෙන්නේ.
During the Rajapaksa era, there was corruption to the tune of 1.4 billion. There were no attempts to locate that money.
ආවරණය කර ගැනීම සඳහා කිසිදු ක්‍රියාමාර්ගයක් අරගෙනත් නැහැ, නීති අනුකූල ක්‍රියාමාර්ගයක් අරගෙනත් නැහැ.
දැන් මම ඩීල් එකකින් අදහස් කරන්නේ දැන් ඔබතුමාලා මේකයි. ප්‍රොග්‍රෑම් කරන එක වරුන් ආරක්ෂා කරන එක ඩීල් එක. දැන් ඒක නේද මේ දිගින් දිගට දෙකෙන් දෙපැත්තෙම ඉන්න මිනිස්සු ආරක්ෂා කරන එක නේද
අපි කිසිදු අන්දමක හොරෙක් ආරක්ෂා කරන්න කටයුතු කරේ නැහැ.
ඔබතුමාලගේ අර්ජුන මහේන්ද්‍ර ඔබතුමාලා පරිස්සම් කරනවා. අනිත් පැත්තේ අරගොල්ලෝ ඒගොල්ලෝ මස්කා පරිස්සම්. අපි කියන්නේ අරයා හොඳයි මෙයා හොරා කියන එක නෙවෙයි. එයාත් හොරා මෙයාත් හොරා ඒ හොරා මේ හොරා ආරක්ෂා කරනවා මේ හොරා ඒ හොරා ආරක්ෂා කරනවා.
ඔබට කටවචනෙන්ට අරයත් හොරා මෙයත් හොරා කියනවා. ඔය වගේ මටත් කියන්න පුළුවන් ඔබත් හොරා කියලා.
චෝදනාවක් තියෙන්න බෑ. චෝදනාවක් මේ ආධිපතිවරණයේදීත් අපේක්ෂකත්වය දෙනකොට ඇදලා අන්තිම මොහොතේ දුන්නා. දැන් අද මධ්‍යම රාත්‍රියේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුව විසිරුණා කියලා තියෙන මොහොතක ඊයේ තීරණයක් ගන්නවා පක්ෂ සලකුණ සම්බන්ධයෙන්.
මේ කෘත්‍යාධිකාරී මණ්ඩලය
There were clear instructions provided during the working committee meeting to Ranjit Madhuba Bandara to speak to Ravi Karnanayaka and discuss the matter pertaining to the symbol. Was it us who decided not to sort out this issue legally and who failed to report it to the working committee? Are we the people pulling them back?
එතකොට ඇයි මේ කකුලින් අදිනවා කියන්නේ?
Ranil Wickremesinghe එක්සත් ජාතික
We are very sad about our former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, the leader of the United National Party. As a mature politician in this country, he worked hard to protect the UNP. However, because of the gang of thieves and crooks who have surrounded him, they have diluted the United National Party. Steps have been taken to obstruct the victory of ordinary people in this country who are facing this victory. We will not hesitate. We have to get to the truth. We should take a journey with the truth. Otherwise, we are in a position that we should never take this journey again. We were unable to reveal the fraudulent activities of the Rajapaksas, who stole 10.4 million from the people, especially those who are concerned about central bank robbers. The Rajapaksas' theft could not be revealed until the forensic audit report. We cannot be held responsible for that. So even though it's 10,400 thieves or 600 thieves, they are all thieves. The ones who are protecting these people are the most important deal makers. The deal makers who help the thieves to steal. Protecting people who steal is also taken as a deal. So the era of running this country with deals is over.
මෙරටේ දේශපාලනයේ පෝෂණය වෙලා තිබිච්ච යුගය අවසන් වෙන්න ඕන.
සමගි ජනබලවේගය කියන්නේ එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ කෘත්‍යාධිකාරී මණ්ඩලයෙන්ම අනුමත වෙලා මාහට ලබා දුන්නු
Samagi Jana Balavege is a movement that was approved by the Working Committee of the United National Party, and responsibility was given to me. According to the special notice issued by the General Secretary Akila Viraj Karyavasam, the Working Committee has decided the Prime Ministerial candidate should be the leader of the Common Alliance and the chairmanship of the nomination board should go to the deputy leader of the UNP, Sajith Premadasa. This was on the 30th of January. It was also mentioned in the notice that Sajith Premadasa has the power to appoint the General Secretary with the approval of the Working Committee. The process has started. Many problems arose when the election campaign started. The main problem is the tendency of having me complete all the campaign work and other responsibilities are being taken over by other factions. This is the truth. If the party has a leader and general secretary, there shouldn't be another person to take charge of the elections. A vote did not take place yesterday. The vote was disorganized. Many people didn't take part. There was no proper decision made when it came to the symbol that we are contesting under. We will present to the public the symbol of the Samagi Jana Balavegaya. I will represent the UNP in the Samagi Jana Balavegaya. This decision was not made by me, it was made by the leadership. I did not ask for this. When done the right thing, the election campaign should be conducted by them. For some reason, the entire responsibility of the election campaign was given to me at the working committee meeting that I didn't even take part in.
මේ කිසිම දෙයක් මම ඉල්ලපු දේවල් නෙවෙයි. හරිනම් එතනින් තමයි මැතිවරණ ව්‍යාපාරය කෙරෙන්නට ඕන. මැතිවරණ ව්‍යාපාරය ක්‍රියාත්මක කිරීමේ මොනියම් හෝ අපහසුතාවයක් නිසා මට මේ වගකීම ඔක්කොම පැවරුවා. මමත් සහභාගී වුණු කෘත්‍යාධිකාරී මණ්ඩල රැස්වීම.
Especially today is the 2nd of March. Today is a day that we will never forget in our history. Today is a day of betrayal where on the 2nd of March 1815 we saw a betrayal to the imperialists. It is something similar that is happening at the United National Party. It is paving the way for a tragedy. They are asking for the two-third majority to build an authoritarian, militarized, anti-democratic state that will operate on the whims of those in power. It is to pave the way for this that Ranil Wickremesinghe and his deal junta are doing this betrayal at Sirikotha. So it looks like Ranil Wickremesinghe and his deal junta are working to weaken the pro-democracy camp that is coming from among the people to stand for them. They are engaged in this betrayal to pave the way for Mahinda Rajapaksa to win the election.
The political elite of this country in 1815 signed the Kandyan Convention and handed over Sri Lanka to the colonizers at the time they betrayed the country. Over 200 years down the line, today we can see the facts repeating themselves. Today plans are afoot to sign the MCC agreement. There is betrayal within the party, there is betrayal in the country, there is betrayal within the government, and all of this for the well-being of the political elite of this country. Deals upon deals are being struck for their well-being, and all the while the country is falling down an endless dark abyss. Where will this all end?
The British invaded Sri Lanka in 1796, ending the Dutch rule in Sri Lanka. The British were able to buy out the Muron regiment in order to claim the coastal areas of the country, but it was no easy task capturing the hill country of Sri Lanka. Taking over the upcountry was deemed difficult due to the belief that the sacred tooth relic needed to be taken into their possession, in addition to the different strategies that needed to be used to breach the kingdom. But the British were successful in applying their divide and conquer philosophy by taking advantage of the prevailing tensions between the Nayakar dynasty kings and the Radala elite caste aristocrats. The British tactically got the support of the Sabaragamuwa Mahadisav and the Mahadikaram at the time, Ahalepula Mahanilame, which led to the takeover of the whole island following the signing of the agreement on this day in 1815. Our country, which fell into the hands of the British on this day 205 years ago, fell into that predicament due to the lack of unity among ourselves. 205 years later, we are talking of the Millennium Challenge Cooperation Compact, Status of Forces Agreement and Acquisition and Cross-Servicing Agreement, or AXA. Similar to how the people of the country were deceived when signing the Kandyan Convention in 1815, what will be of these purported agreements in the future?
The day before yesterday, they came in, and what did they say? They said that there is no way that they will sign the MCC agreement brought forth by the United National Party. Even though they say that, they have not totally rejected the idea of signing the MCC agreement. What did Minister Bandula Gunawardena say? He said that there are provisions in this that they will change and move around, and that they are happy to sign an agreement that will be newly drafted. He said that upon signing that $480 million will be received, and that it is important to receive that sum of money. What did they say then? They said they will throw this in the dumpster. The first clause is that all countries must agree within this agreement that they will not say a word that will affect the national security of the United States, and that they will not do anything that will affect that either. Now, is Bandula Gunawardena saying that he will remove all of these clauses?
Political party in crisis.
Still in local news, the Sri Lanka State Audit Service announced that they will be commencing a strike, citing several demands starting today. Employees of the audit department staged a protest after temporarily leaving service this afternoon.
The protest was staged demanding authorities establish a state audit service without taking a lackadaisical approach by appointing numerous committees. The protesters charged that the service constitution is not being passed due to unnecessary influence by the Audit Service Commission. Protesters marched towards the Parliament roundabout in Battarumulla thereafter.
After the National Audit Act has been passed, the Constitution has given the power to start the State Audit Service. After the National Audit Act was passed on the 1st of August 2018, State Audit Service commenced from the 1st of November 2018 and the Audit Inspector and the employees should be included. Now that the Audit Service Commission has interfered in these matters, employees have been abandoned. State Audit Service was not reinstated, so we have decided to commence a strike temporarily leaving service.
The delivery of appointment letters by post to the qualified candidates under the program to provide employment opportunities to unemployed graduates has reached its final stage.
Those who have completed a degree or an equivalent diploma course recognized by the University Grants Commission by the 31st of December 2019 are eligible to apply. Out of the total of around 70,000 applications received, 56,000 had been duly completed. Only 45,585 have been identified as qualified to be appointed, while others, although possess a degree or a diploma, did not meet the required criteria. Their appointment letters have been dispatched through the Speed Post Courier Service of the Sri Lanka Department of Posts, covering all districts. It is scheduled to post appointment letters to all selected candidates by this evening. It is also planned to obtain delivery receipt of all appointment letters from the Department of Posts. The Secretary to the Ministry of Public Administration is the appointing authority. Appointees should report to their respective divisional secretary within 3 days after receiving the letter of appointment. Failure to report for training within 7 days of receipt of the letter will result in cancellation of the appointment. The selected graduates will be seconded for the training to the nearest divisional secretariat to their places of residence. An allowance of 20,000 rupees will be paid during the 1-year training period. Upon completion of training, they will be placed in the pensionable permanent service of the government. Appointments are made on district basis and it is compulsory to serve 5 years in the district where the first appointment is made.
It is reported that the government has announced a slew of measures to attract airlines to call at new international airports in Sri Lanka, though industry experts stress concessions are needed at main entry point Katunayaka. The measures come at a time when tourism has been hit by multiple crises leading to cancellation.
Travel agencies and tour operators are reeling from widespread holiday cancellations in Sri Lanka by tourists with the rapid outbreak of the novel coronavirus. There has been a major drop in the bookings from Japan and South Korea. According to the proposal by Tourism and Civil Aviation Minister Prasanna Ranatunga, which was approved by the Cabinet, the embarkation fee of $60 will be completely suspended at the Mattala Airport for 2 years, while it will be reduced by 50% for 1 year at Ratmalana. Furthermore, landing and parking charges for international airlines at the 2 airports will also be suspended for a year in a bid to attract more airlines to use these airports, while aviation fuel will be issued at concessionary rates. Soon after the Cabinet approval of new measures, Minister of Tourism and Aviation Prasanna Ranatunga urged international airlines to start flights to the Mattala and Ratmalana airports.
The second interim report of the Presidential Commission of Inquiry appointed to probe the Easter Sunday attacks was handed over to President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the Presidential Secretariat today.
The first interim report was handed over on the 20th of December this year. The commission was appointed by the former President Maithripala Sirisena on the 22nd of September last year to investigate the series of attacks that took place on Easter Sunday last year and to recommend necessary actions. The final report will be compiled following further investigations. The chairman of the commission, Court of Appeal Judge Janak De Silva, and other members, Court of Appeal Judge Nishanka Bandula Karunaratna, retired High Court Judges Nihal Sunil Rajapaksha and A.L. Bandula Kumar Atapattu, former Secretary of the Ministry of Justice W.M.M.R. Adhikari and the Secretary of the Commission H.M.P.B. Herath were also present when the report was handed over to the President.
Sirasa FM, that redefined the radio landscape of Sri Lanka, celebrated its 26th anniversary this morning at the Deparnama Studio Complex. The event was attended by several top officials of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited and other distinguished guests.
A special ceremony was held in line with the 26th anniversary of Sirasa FM, and gifts were distributed under the concepts Sirasa Thagi Visuruwai at the event as well. In line with the celebrations, a newly built house in Kadawata under the Sirasa Nivasa project was vested with the owners. The occasion was attended by Commander of the Sri Lanka Army, Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva.
Sri Lanka's economic misery has increased in 2019 according to an annual global index compiled by Johns Hopkins economist Steve Hang, as the island's growth slipped and inflation and interest rates climbed after the latest currency collapse.
According to the latest index published in National Review, a US-based publication, Sri Lanka's misery index score climbed to 17.9 points in 2019 from 16 in 2018. The rupee collapsed from 153 to 182 to the US dollar in 2018 amid liquidity injections to keep down the rates. In 2018, the index fell to 16 points from 18.9 points in 2017 as the economy recovered from a previous currency collapse. The tourism sector was also heavily hit after the April 21st attacks last year. Sri Lanka's misery index has been climbing since monetary instability worsened after 2015 when the index was around 15. Sri Lanka's place worsened to 31st most miserable countries out of 95 in 2019 from 35 in 2018. Venezuela ranked first in the most miserable countries in the index with 7,459 points, while Japan takes the prize as the world's least miserable country, moving up from the third least miserable country in 2018.
And that's a wrap of Primetime News Fortnight. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Dasani Athada, along with our interpreter tonight, Brian Cruz.
And I'm Jamal Ratnaik for the Newsfirst team. Take care and good night.